Team Genkai is based on the three school kids introduced before Sensui became the next enemy. Their powers are based around territories, and with Genkai backing them, become a team that can not only hold their own, but actually best the heroes of the series. So what does the team do? When the characters enter the arena, you can search your deck for a technique and add it to your hand. There's a good amount of techniques that work with not only your characters, but some can even work together, and so what the deck is based around is just the technique cards mainly. Is it good? Well, it seems like it wouldn't be that good. Like, the main ability is to just get a technique and add it to your character. As blah as it seems, there are some really fantastic techniques that can just, work the opponent into a hard spot. Pros? Since the deck is based around using techniques, there are some really good ones. The main pro is finding those techniques. Cons? Well, the fact that right now none of your characters are any good makes that a problem. They need those techniques, or they will just lose. Who are they good against? Well, anyone that isn't Ishigaki. I mean, since the team can't stop combat... can stop combat. Sorry. Since the team can stop combat or just deal damage through techniques, they'll be able to just go toe-to-toe with anyone that doesn't discard their techniques. And who will they have a hard time fighting against? Well, just Ichigaki in general. Since Ichigaki is about discarding things, the team will never truly get off the ground while setting up. The deck really only needs one of each technique to work. Since most of the decks won't need cards to get rid of techniques or items, this will just be the best since you will also look through your deck for them. As for other cards, just use what feels best. But most of all, use Entrapment. 3 in Spirit and a technique for nothing is pretty much a staple for every Genkai deck ever. I mean, you could use 3 of each technique that you're going to want, but you only need 1 of each, because that's just all you'll ever use on the main characters that are for the setup. How does it work? Well, it's best to try and set up cards and use the ones in the hand, so, putting Yu Kaito in slot 1 is a decent spot for him. So, what you're going to do is you're going to set up by making the opponent unable to attack, or pretty much play cards by using his territory, and you're going to hold off on your cards. Eventually, when you get the chance, you're going to defeat the opponent. You're either going to make them deck, make them quit, or just you're going to make them deal damage. Second, you're going to want Mitsunari. I mean, Mitsunari is really good, so he would just go into the second slot, while Asato Kido would just be perfectly fine in slot 3. Last, you're going to want to put Genkai in 4th slot, because you don't really want to use her much. Even though she attacks, your deck's not going to be filled with too many techniques. Even though you're going to use techniques and they're the main basis of the deck, you don't need many of them since you're going to search out the ones that you need, so it's not like you need to have so many techniques in the deck and just try to win with it. One of the best things that happened in set 2 was this card that I can't remember the name of it, that just you can deal a point of damage to a sideline character for 8 spirit, and since you're just going to be sitting there doing nothing, you place that on Yu Kaito, you can win matches 4, 3, and 2 without ever leaving match 1. Since no one can attack, this doesn't attack, you just deal the damage. So in conclusion, Team Genkai starts off as a team that is more for the fun of it, and Yu Kaito is one of the most fun cards I've ever personally played. In set 2, Team Genkai is decent and well thought out. Should you use it? Well, yeah, it's only just going to get better from here. From set 2, it starts out as a good team, and then it turns into one of the biggest powerhouses in the game, making you able to even just win a combat in one shot.